So when Gillen takes me back to my sonogram appointment, I'm like, I've been doing good. I've been drinking my water, and like I said, like, sorry, I got chip stuck in my teeth. With my first relationship, like, I was not allowed to drink soda, so when I got pregnant, like with my second one, he was not controlling like with my size and my weight and what I ate, because I cooked and he loved to eat. So he didn't, as long as he was fed, he was good. So I was thinking in my mind, like, that's probably why I lost, because the first time they couldn't find why I ended up losing so much fluid in my stomach. So I was thinking maybe because I drank a lot of soda, I wasn't drinking a lot of water. So I remember, like, faithfully for them weeks before I went for my second checkup, that I was drinking water. I was eating less, fried food. I was making like real healthy stuff for me to eat. So that way, because I lost money, because I knew I needed my PTO time. So when I have the baby, I was trying to rack up as much like I did my first time. That way I could be 2 months out, like I did with my second daughter. So that took a good chunk out of my PTO. So I'm like, I can't miss no more days. So when we go in, the lady, she checked, set me up or whatever, and she checking. This time it's like she didn't even go get the doctor. All she says was, you need to go, you need to call who you need to call, because we're gonna have to admit you. And then she went and got the doctor. And me and Gila Hart, like, just me, when I said as big as my eyes got, that's me and Gila was looking at each other like, wait, what? So when the doctor comes in, she's like, we're gonna have to induce you, because the moment the technician put the to see the image of the baby, the cord is wrapped around her neck twice, and mind you, your fluids has dropped even lower. We need to deliver now. When I tell you, I knew my blood pressure went up. Jesus. Because I said all this, and I was like, no, what do you mean? Like, I had to tell Gillian, call your sister, call my best friend, tell her to call him or whatever, because I'm about to have the baby today. And mind you, the next day was Thanksgiving. So they rushed me back. They put what is that? I forgot what it was called. But they put the fluid that's supposed to induce you. They put the fluid that's supposed to induce you. They hooked me up and everything like that. She's trying to break my water at the same time. I think I was in there for like 10 minutes. Gillian was like, she called my best friend, she's coming, and he didn't have a car, and he, like I said, his family didn't really like me like that, and I don't know what their reason was not to like rush him over to the hospital, but he had to basically wait for my best friend to get off to go pick him up and bring him to the hospital. So it was not even 10 minutes, because I gave my first 3 was vaginal, so they're trying to wait for me to like see if I'm gonna dilate fast so I can do the emergency, so I could just push her out. The cord, because she was in so much distress and there was no fluid, it wrapped another time. So now she got the cord wrapped around her neck 3 times. it was like, oh no, we can't wait. We got to take you into emergency C-section now. We can't wait. When I tell you I was so scared, because back then I've heard like so many scary stories about the C-section, how they cut you open. And like I was like a weight loss freak. Like every time, like I wasn't pregnant, I was always on a diet. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck with this, 9-month belly forever. And, like what if she comes out and, like she's like, what if the cord is wrapped around her neck like 4 times? And what if she gets stuck? And like, how they gonna pull her out if it's gonna make, I'm like thinking all this crazy stuff. And I'm like, is he gonna make it on time? Am I gonna die? Because, even with C-sections, like there's a possibility of you hemorrhaging or bleeding out, like everything was just rushing through my head. Like, am I gonna die? Is this baby gonna die? Like, like I was just thinking of all these scenarios that's going through my head. And I know it's like, it went from weight loss, it went from my death, it went to her death, it went to like, oh, I hate him. Like, if I wasn't with him, I wouldn't have to go through this. And then it was like, am I going to see my kids again? Like, they was telling me to stop because now my blood pressure is like hitting. So, they had to give me a sedative to like literally calm me down, because I'm like trying to stay calm, but inside like I'm panicking. Like I'm literally panicking because this is my first time having surgery like this. I've never had surgery. So when she comes out, she's healthy, she's fine. The only thing they were like saying, like she was like 3 pounds and 12 ounces, so she had to go into the NICU, and they sewed me up and everything like that. So, and then they had to give me, because my blood pressure like rose ridiculously high. So she was in the NICU, and I wasn't aware that Ghislaine stayed the whole time. I didn't even know, because when I didn't find out until I think the next day, because then they showed me the picture of her holding my daughter, my third daughter, in the NICU. And that's why I always, like, even though we fell out and we was not friends during when she passed, like I said, like she's always been there when the time that she was supposed to be there, when she was needed. That's why I always, like, even though she was spreading my business and all that other stuff, like I would still be grateful for her, because if she wasn't persistent about taking me that first time, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have my daughter. I really wouldn't have her. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for a lot of people in these stories. Like, even though I'm not friends with 95% of them, like they always say, people are put in your life for a season or a time, or even just a moment. Because there's a reason why they need to be there. And Ghislaine was always there when she needed to be. So, I'm grateful for that. So, the next day was hell. When I say it was hell, I've never experienced pain around that time the way I felt pain that time. And mind you, like, I was in the hospital by myself, so I didn't really have, because my best friend at the time, like, she still had to work, you know what I'm saying? She has a household and everything, so she couldn't take off like she used to.